Good afternoon, folks. This is Jason Kolnos for the Cape Cod Times. We're broadcasting live here today. We are at MSPCA in Centerville, where we're going to get an exclusive tour of their new adoption center, which is currently under construction. We have some folks from the MSPCA who are going to give us a tour of this facility. But before we do, we are going to go into the MSPCA's old adoption center, which is currently still open during construction. And we're going to meet some animals that you could possibly take home if you're interested in adopting an animal. So again, if you're just joining us for this live broadcast, this is Jason Kolnos for the Cape Cod Times. We're here at the MSPCA in Centerville. We're going to get a tour of their new facility, which is going to open in 2018. But let's just go greet some folks here at the MSPCA inside their adoption center here that's currently open. Hello, folks. Hey. Greetings. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. It's great to have you here.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, Cape Cod Times.
So tell us a little about who you are and where are we today and what's going on?
All right. Well, I'm Mary Sarah Fairweather. I'm the very, very lucky director of the MSPCA Cape Cod. And this is Catherine Spinelli. She is our director of development, started with us in July and is doing a fabulous job. And then this is part of the team here. And a nice adopter / customer. And this is the current building that was built in 1969, and we are tearing it down very happily, and we're building a completely new facility, which we will show you in a few minutes. So if you'd like, I can just show you where everything happens right now, and then we'll swiftly move over to the new building.
Yeah, we'd love a little tour of
Awesome.
this facility that you've been in for a while, and
Okay.
Maybe we can see some animals
Sure.
that folks can take home if they're interested in adopting them.
Absolutely. Right in time for Christmas. So
Perfect.
That's great. So this is the current lobby. This is where everything happens with any type of transaction. So this is where people bring their animals that they need to surrender. This is where people adopt animals. We have people sign up for our spay and neuter program. People come here for our food pantry if they're going through a difficult time. So everything happens right here. And as you can see, we're very cramped on space. This is where we house our small animals. And this is one of our staff dogs, who's incredibly cute. So we'll just move on into the cat adoption room.
Well, thanks so much. Again, folks who are just joining us on this live broadcast, we're inside the
Very exciting for
MSPCA Cape Cod, their facility here in Centerville. We're taking a little tour of the current facility before we move on to their new adoption center currently under construction.
Yes. So this is our cat adoption room. So these cats are ready to go home. And we've been very lucky. We've had so many of them sponsored, so their adoption fees have been waived. We have one cat in particular that we'd love to highlight. This is Cuddles, right here. Cuddles is 15 years old.
Oh, hi, Cuddles.
Yeah, came in hyperthyroid, and we sent her up to Angel to have a 3-week radioactive treatment. And she's currently looking for a new home. She is very active. Age is just a number with Cuddles. She is so incredibly sweet, and see, she likes you. She's kneading. And
hi, Cuddles.
She wants to be your friend.
Cuddles looks like she would like a new home.
Yeah. So all of our cats have their own Christmas stockings, and they will go home with them once they are adopted.
Oh, that's just too adorable.
Isn't that great? Okay.
Very cool.
Moving on.
We're moving out of the cat area here. Again, this is Jason Kolnos for the Cape Cod Times. We're here at the MSPCA Cape Cod facility.
So our staff is having lunch right now. So.
Oh, you guys are making me hungry. Hello.
So this is our dish area. We hand wash all of our dishes. In the new building, we will have a dishwasher, which makes all of us very happy.
Oh, nice.
Back here is a very tiny holding area for cats that have just come in, and then a tiny exam room. We really can't do any type of veterinary work here other than basic physical exams and vaccinations. And so one of the highlights of the new building will be a whole clinical suite where we can spay, neuter, do some basic surgeries, both for shelter animals and for owned animals on the Cape. So
Great.
We'll just keep moving through into our dog area. We'll just do a quick wingspan of the space because it is fairly loud and I might have to shout. So this is the current kennel. We can house up to 16 dogs in here. Sometimes when our population increases, we have to be flexible with the space that we have. And you met a couple of these cuties on the way in. This is Layla. She's been looking for a home the longest here. She's been here for many, many months.
How are you?
Layla has great manners. She's done so well with her behavior training here.
Hi, Layla.
Yeah, and she's looking for a new home. So one of the disadvantages of the space is that all of our dogs are commingled. So new dogs that are available for adoption, it's a pretty stressful environment and fairly cramped for our dogs. And that's true for all of the animals here. Whoops! Sorry.
Very good. Thanks so much for showing us some of the dogs and cats here at this facility.
So what we're going to do is get our hard hats because we are going into a hard hat area. So we're actually going to give you one too.
Oh, thanks so much. Oh yes, safety first.
Safety first.
Hard hats required.
So this may be the last time you ever see this building.
Really? Wow.
So say your goodbyes because it's going away in hopefully 6 months.
This one will be torn down in 6 months?
This will be torn down. So we will stay open here until the day that we open in the new building. So as soon as we turn on the light switches over there and get all the animals comfortable and settled in over there, we'll turn the lights off here and then demolition will start here and this will become a very green area, parks, parking lot, etc., etc.
Perfect. Well, thanks so much. Again, folks, if you're just joining us on the live broadcast, we are about to take an exclusive tour of the MSPCA Cape Cod's new adoption center currently under construction here in Centerville, right on 28. And this is very exciting.
It is. We're super excited. So as you can tell, in that building, it's very cramped. There's not a lot of natural light. All of the different types of animals are commingled. There's no separation of space for when new animals come in and are very stressed or might not be feeling well, both behaviorally and or medically. And one of the wonderful things about the new building is that we will have separate spaces for the animals that have just come in.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so we're really looking forward to that. So we're just going to walk carefully over to the construction area.
Just to give you folks a sense of how close it is to the old facility, the current facility they're using is right here. And the new adoption center under construction is just right around the corner.
That's right. And here we go. Just be careful where you step over here. I would try to walk and talk backwards, but whoop!
No, it's a little slippery.
Slip and fall again.
Little slippery today.
Right.
We didn't expect a good amount of, a couple inches of snow.
It is beautiful, though. It kind of gets you in the holiday spirit.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
So over here to the right is where I don't know if you're familiar with the old space, but we had a house where our offices, and we had some cats that were relaxing a little bit, maybe for a few months because they were stressed out or not feeling so well. That house is now gone, and we're currently in trailers. So if your viewers were curious as to what happened to the house, it's gone.
Thanks for the update. Perfect.
Okay.
Oh man. So how big is this facility? Do you know?
It's going to be over 11,000 square feet, and so it's pretty much divided into 3 sections. We've got our main adoption area, or kind of front of house area. Then we've got a whole education wing, which we're incredibly excited about because we don't have that right now. And then the back area where we'll have our clinical suite, and then our area for animals that have just come in and need to settle in a little bit more. So it's really a sort of a three-winged building. And the current building that we're in right now truly is a shelter. And while we'll always be sheltering animals in our new facility, we'll be able to offer so many new programs for the community. And we'll talk about that a little bit when we get in there.
Perfect. Let's head on inside. You excited about the new facility, Catherine?
I'm beyond excited about it. And I've been having a lot of fun raising money. The Cape Cod community has been amazing. in its support. We've raised a little over $2.7 million toward our $5 million goal, and we just keep on going. And a little bit later, I'll tell you some ways that you can support the campaign for Cape Cod.
Perfect. Thanks so much.
All right.
Let's head on inside. We got our hard hats. We're ready to go in.
Hard hats. So we're very, very lucky to work with Delbrook for our construction. And I chat on a daily basis with Mike Palmer, who's the superintendent, and he keeps everything on schedule and under control here. It's absolutely a pleasure to work with him. So I will introduce you to him as well. Mike?
Sarah.
Mike, hello. Greetings from the Cape Cod Times.
Hello, hello.
How's the construction going so far?
Well, it's a little cold and snowy today. I wish you guys would have brought some warmer weather with us. Would have helped production.
But everybody's in a very festive mood, and we're really excited to show you around.
Great.
All right.
It's looking good from the outside so far.
Do you want us to go in this way? Okay. So actually, the main entrance is right here. But because of work that's going on, we're not going to go in there. So we're going to walk into the cat room, which we won't be able to do in a few months.
Very good. Again, folks, if you're just joining us, Cape Cod Times, broadcasting live here on Facebook with a tour of the MSPCA Cape Cod's new adoption center, which is currently under construction. It's going to hopefully open in 6 months, you said?
Well, we should be done sometime in June and then open sometime thereafter. So.
Perfect.
Right now, we are in our main adoption area, specifically right here in our cat adoption room. And what's so wonderful about this is that there's so much natural light. It really helps, it keeps the cats, all of the animals, calm, happy, relaxed, comfortable. They are homeless, so we want to make them as comfortable as possible. So what's really wonderful about this space is, so for instance, in these areas over here, these are individual cat rooms, and they'll have glass, and so there really will be individual spaces for the cats to relax and for people to get to know them.
And how much does that mean for the animals to have their individual space?
Well, it's pretty nice for them. We certainly want them to be as happy and as comfortable as possible, and giving them more space to explore and get to know people is so much better for them and helps them get adopted more easily. So the area behind you here will be our catio. So for those cats that love the outside but can't go out, this will be a screened in area so the cats can get a little taste of Mother Nature, which
cool,
again helps keeps them happy and engaged and socialized. They get to look out at the birds and whatever else is going on out there.
Well, we're definitely going to want to join you for the debut when this opens
absolutely.
up next year, and check out the animals enjoying the catio, for example.
Yes, the catio, and the catio has been underwritten by some wonderful sponsors, so we're very grateful to that.
Very good.
Moving over here. And if you remember where we just came from, in the lobby, where all of our small animals are, this is where our small animals will be housed. So they won't be commingled with everybody, which is to their benefit. So our birds, our guinea pigs, our rabbits, they'll have a lot more space. They'll have all this wonderful natural light. And I think a lot of people don't know that small animals can get very stressed with loud noises, and so this will be exclusively for our small animals, which is really exciting for them. Right now, they're in their metal cages, and it's just simply not adequate for what they really need. Moving on back. So we're still in the main adoption areas. As I said, that's sort of the main one of the wings or areas of this of our space. So offices are over here, and moving back here, this is, whoops, sorry, I got caught by a wall. So our dog kennels will be over in this area over here, and we will have individual rooms for some of the dogs that need a little bit more quiet time. And then we'll have our regular kennel space, but they'll have so much more room than they have right now. And again, that natural light helps keep them calm, and we try to minimize their stress as much as possible while they're homeless and looking for a forever home. or a new family. So right here is where our main lobby is, and so when people come in to, say, surrender an animal or adopt an animal or participate in our spay-neuter program or sign up for our food pantry, there's not so much overlapping. I mean, coming here for a lot of people is a tough thing, and we want to be cognizant of that and be mindful of all of the emotions that they're going through. So just having more space to direct them to one area, another, is only to their benefit. And if they have any animals that are particularly unhappy or stressed, we'll have individual rooms where they can be with their owner while we talk to them. And right now, as you can see in our lobby, that just simply is not the case.
Great, thanks so much.
Yeah.
Again, folks, if you're just joining us, this is the Cape Cod Times broadcasting live inside the MSPCA Cape Cod's new adoption center opening up next year. It's currently under construction.
Right.
They're on schedule.
We are on schedule thanks to Mike and his team. So here is the entrance to our clinic lobby, and something that we talked about next door is the fact that we really can't do very much with the animals on site. We have to outsource them to our local veterinarians, which we will continue to do. However, we will be able to spay and neuter, shelter animals, we'll provide them with dentals, and we'll also offer low-cost options for owned animals on the Cape. So much of the time, people come into us needing to surrender their animals, and one of the first questions that we ask them is, what can we do to help you keep your pet? That may be as simple as giving them a microchip, a rabies vaccination, spaying and neutering their animals, and maybe some other basic surgery. So if we can help people keep their homes and their pets, that's fulfilling our mission, or part of a lot of our mission. So we'll be able to provide those services in this wonderful clinic that we are building. So let's just take a quick peek.
Perfect. We've got comments. Several folks are saying thumbs up to this new facility, and we have a question about where this actually is. We have some audience that is not on Cape Cod, so we're just going to let folks know we're in Centerville. We're on Route 28.
Yes.
This is across from the Bell Tower Plaza.
Yes.
And thanks for all you folks watching.
Yes. Keep the questions coming. So a lot of this over here is our preparation area for animals that are coming into our clinic, whether they're shelter animals or they're owned animals. And back here is where all the magic happens. So our treatment area, the actual surgical area, a dental x-ray room, a regular x-ray room is all part of what you're looking at right now. So we're really excited about this. We were given a very substantial grant to name this area, for which we're very grateful. Pretty incredible, right?
Yeah, this is really,
right?
really well done so far. Wow. Speaking about grants, was this a good time? You wanted to chat about a little fundraising effort you got going on?
I do. And I, again, want to just say thank you. The Cape Cod community has supported this effort in amazing ways. And whether somebody has donated thousands of dollars or pennies, it's all needed, it's all appreciated, and 100% of your gifts come right here to help the adoption center. We've been very touched by memorial gifts and tribute gifts that people have made for loved ones, and both human and animals, and so we'll be honoring those tribute and memorial gifts in various locations here. As I said earlier, we're still actively fundraising. There are a number of named gift opportunities. I welcome any opportunity to talk to somebody about them. And so I just want to close by saying I can be reached through our website, which is MSPCA Cape Cod Adoption Center, and you scroll down to campaign and you'll get all the information you need on the campaign.
Well, thanks so much for the update on that front. I have a question for you.
Sure.
Now that we're paused here for a little bit, Is the holiday season a popular time for adopting animals? And I had a question about that. What should people know about, giving an animal to someone during the holidays? I mean, it's not just as simple as, here's a cute animal,
right,
and here's a gift for you.
Right.
There's a lot of work involved. Tell us about this.
There is, and that's so much of what we do here is adoption counseling to make sure that it's a good match for the pet and for the family. So we really want everyone to be involved to make sure that this animal stays in the home and doesn't come back. So we've seen a lot of people actually come in looking to adopt for the holiday season, and then a lot of people who don't have pets or who do have pets and want to help shelter pets by sponsoring the adoption fee for one of our animals. And oftentimes that adoption fee is just a little is often a little too much for people. So by waiving that, we tear down that barrier. And it also, sponsoring animals helps to highlight some animals that may have been sitting in our shelter for a little longer period of time. But no, now we've seen a lot of foot traffic, a lot of people wanting to get these animals out of the shelter and onto a couch by Christmas or before then.
Perfect. Thanks so much.
All right. So we still have more to see.
Excellent.
And this is really exciting for us. We're about to walk into the new education room. And as you can see, this is a very substantial space. This is where we will have a lot of our behavior training, both for our own animals and then for people who own their animals. Again, a lot of times we get questions from people saying, I don't know how to manage this behavior. I need to give up my pet. And we don't currently have the resource to help them keep their pet in their home. Well, this space will allow us to help people with that and give them training classes on how to work with their dog that might be pulling on the leash. I mean, that's a minor example. And we'll also have classes on cat behavior, small animal behavior. If people are interested in what we do with our law enforcement office, our advocacy work, all of that will happen here. A lot of our volunteer training will be here. And this is a very it's a flexible space, so there's so much that we can do in here, including launching some new education programs. Almost everything that we do with our education programs happens off-site. So we're really excited to move that back on campus. So we're hoping to start a summer camp for kids and launch some new programs and expand our current programs for children, starting from toddlers all the way up through the teenage years.
Oh, great. Sounds like this new facility is going to allow you to do some things that you haven't been able to do.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to it. I mean, we're looking to this to become really a center for animal welfare rather than just a shelter or an adoption center. We are here for the community. The community wants this to happen, and we are answering their call. So we're incredibly excited about it. We're grateful for everybody that supported us, including the Cape Cod Times. Mm-hmm. And we wanted to say thank you to the community by writing on some of our steel beams.
Oh, great. So, let's do it.
All right. Are there any other questions while we're in here?
I think I'm good. You've outlined all sorts of new things that the Cape Cod community can expect when this opens next year.
Awesome. So, Mike, will you tell me which beam we can maybe write on?
Sure.
Thank you. These are some of the wonderful people that are helping to build this facility.
Yeah, I think one of the columns.
Right here?
Yep.
All right. You notice will show up. So, this is a token of, our appreciation.
That's really neat. Thanking Cape Cod and all the supporters out there on the beam.
We're so grateful. So,
well, that's awesome.
Come by anytime in the current shelter. Ask us any questions about construction. If you'd like to be involved in any way, we'd love to talk to you.
Well, thanks so much for the
Thank
tour
you.
and taking us through you two. And again, thank you for watching, folks, here on Cape Cod Times Facebook page live. We just did a tour of the new MSPCA Cape Cod facility currently under construction. It'll be open next year. You can watch this broadcast again on our Facebook page and continue to check Cape Cod Times newspaper and CapeCodTimes.com for more. And we'll certainly be here to follow up when this opens. I think folks are going to love to see all the animals in there. And
Definitely.
thanks again, and happy
Thank you.
holidays, folks.
Happy holidays.